So there seems to be some kind of problem with people not being able to pay attention while they're using their cell phone while they drive. Well, you tell me. More government's usually not the solution. And here's why. In this car here, I have manual steering. I do have power brakes, although I wish sometimes I didn't. I don't have a seatbelt in this car. Pretty much don't have anything. It's just me and the car. I do have an aftermarket radio that I can play my phone. And I can also broadcast if it's hooked up to the radio. It's not Bluetooth, but it'll talk to me over the radio, and I can talk to you on the phone. But here's what I wanted to kind of address. Okay. If you are driving, you're not, a lot of times you have somebody in the car with you, a lot of times you can catch yourself not paying attention. But okay, let's do the cell phone thing. All right. You got this phone to your ear. Okay, but hear me out now. I drive like this. Hands on the wheel. And if I'm talking on the phone, I put my phone in my left hand and put it up to my ear. If you're in one of these hands-free devices, especially not in the older cars with the Bluetooth, but especially in these modern cars, you have gadgets on the steering wheel, you got gadgets over here, you got gadgets over here. If it's at night, the dimmer switch is up here, it's not on the floor where it ought to be. You got all kind of nonsense. Okay, so my point is, what's more distracting? Trying to drive, pushing a bunch of buttons. Now you don't have your phone in your hand, mind you, but you got your hands on the wheel, and you're playing with the radio, and if you got kids, the kids are distracting you, and somebody's calling, so let me find the right button to mash, and all of a sudden, oh, there's a stop sign, bam, you got creamed. In my opinion, I would much rather see someone holding a phone up to their ear, paying attention while they're driving the car, because if you're not I don't drive with two hands anyway. Even this car here, this Titanic steering wheel, I drive with one hand. So I'm not losing a hand by holding a cell phone. I've also noticed that I pay extra more attention to what's going on around me when I'm holding a phone. If I'm playing the radio or I got somebody else in the car, I'm not paying as much of attention. I've had more close calls with someone talking to someone in the car with me than when I'm in the car by myself and I'm talking on the phone. Sorry, but that's just the way it is, and that's the truth. So, you tell me, I can understand, the hands-free if you've got a classic car with a Bluetooth system, you don't have all these fumbling around to be doing, that's fine. But these new cars that they try to make so safe, they're not safe at all. You got all these buttons on the stupid steering wheel. Again, you got dimmer switch up here. It's dark. You can't see. Oh, and by the way, the lights are so bright now on these modern cars, the person coming at you is blinded. So you're at night, you're being blinded by 2019 whatever. You're trying to fumble to dim your lights, and somebody called. Well, let me find the button to hit the button to answer the phone. Next thing you know, you're in the ditch. At least for me personally, I don't agree with the hands-free driving. I agree with no text. I agree without trying to send emails. But let's face it, I don't care if you've got a phone sitting up here on the dash, if it's your GPS, if you are messing with something, you are taking your eyes off the road. There's a lot more distracting things you can do. Eating while driving is a lot more distracting than holding a phone to your ear. Sorry, not sorry. That's the way I feel about it. So keep that in mind the next time you're in your 2019 whatever. You'll see all those buttons on the steering wheel. Think back to this video. I ride around in this car. I'm not distracted. This car has manual steering. It's hard to hold a phone and drive this car when you're turning. Back in the day, people didn't have distractions. People had to drive the car.